Today we're going to talk about Piper Rockelle. I remember coming across her social media at some point during lockdown. I remember thinking she was really odd looking, so I couldn't understand how she was so popular. She kind of looked like a horse girl to me. What's a horse girl? A horse girl is a young girl who really loves horses. The term actually comes from every elementary school in the country where the weird girl in class was galloping around the playground making horse noises. They all share a similar look and characteristics, and that's what I saw in old Piper. Really odd looking, a bit cross-eyed, nothing that exactly screamed popular girl. And I think that's the reason it stuck with me. The whole thing seemed really weird and counterintuitive. Some little weirdo with her million followers and her squad. Oh God, I don't even like saying the word squad in that context. It gives me stupidity chills. But yeah, the whole thing was confusing. So I just sort of moved on. One of those weird internet things is how I filed it away. Whatever. Well, she popped up on my feed the other day. The story's been on E! News, People Magazine, stuff like that. Apparently she just turned 18 and started an OF. I mean, she's 18. She can do whatever she wants. What do I care? But then I see that she allegedly made $1 million in the first hour and $3 million in the first day, or something like that. And again, my brain goes straight to horse girl. I couldn't figure it out. Until... Let's pause for a minute and talk about the adult industry in general. Most of the stars du jour are aged 18 to 25, and unless they have that special something, they usually age out after 25.
Simp.
That's not me, that's the industry. Biologically speaking, all people, male and female, are at their physical peak in that age bracket. That's just science. And you know what? That's fine. Again, people can do whatever they want. What do I care? Now back to Piper. I couldn't wrap my brain around it. Millions of dollars on day one. What the fuck? But then something occurred to me. The why of the whole thing. The reason she had so many followers when she was a kid, and the reason she made so much money on day one on OF was because her followers were not kids. Gross. Her followers were grown-ass adults, and the reason she made all that money on day one is because they've been waiting for her to turn 18 and go to OF for years. And let's get back to the adult industry for a second. Let's say you're on the internet and suddenly some new performer pops up. She looks like someone whose content you might enjoy. Fine. She's an adult. Enjoy the content.
Simp.
That's perfectly okay. But this case is different. It's more sinister. This isn't someone that popped up on the radar as a fully grown, fully developed adult. This is someone who was a kid when a lot of her fans discovered her, and they saw something in her that they should not have, and they liked it, so they waited. That's not only gross, but it's wrong in so many ways. So I was flipping through Netflix over the weekend. I watch a lot of true crime stuff. I get recommendations in that crime documentary category all the time, and there she was, old Piper. And there was this whole documentary about her squad, her disgusting mother, and some weird-looking cameraman. And holy shit, it turns out the whole sexualization thing came from the mom and the camera dude. According to the documentary, they would come up with all these scenarios, they would pick out the clothes, they would encourage the bikinis, knowing full well what kind of people would become interested. They were essentially packaging Piper and her squad for the exact people they should have been protecting them from. That's when everything became truly apparent to me. The millions of followers, the millions of dollars. It wasn't that other kids liked her. This didn't have anything to do with kids. It was the mother. She was marketing her own daughter and her daughter's friends to the worst possible community on the internet. And from what they said in the documentary, the mother herself had certain characteristics and proclivities that put her directly in the ranks of Piper's fans. These things were all alleged, of course, but come on, when you see her picture, it's not that big of a leap, is it? And here's the downside for old Piper. As I said, most adult entertainers age out at around age 25. Longer if they have that special something, but Piper is a different case. She didn't just appear on The Hub one day. She didn't suddenly show up and start her career at 18. For the vast majority of her fans, gross, she started years ago. She's been around for a long time for them. And for that reason, now that they have presumably seen what they've been waiting all these years to see, they're probably all going to move on to the next girl and play the waiting game there. For that sick audience, the moment it all became legal, they all lost interest.
Let's see it. Okay, seen it. Who's next?
And Piper won't get that same peak audience at that same peak age bracket. No one's going to watch her from 18 to 25 because her core audience will move on, or already has. And I'm sorry, but she's just not pretty enough to build a new audience of people to consume her content because there are just too many options. No one wants to watch a horse girl trying to be erotic. And one last thing. This girl, she's been making some hilarious videos about the whole thing. Apparently she doesn't buy the whole $1 million narrative. This is some really funny stuff. Have you seen the documentary? What are your thoughts with this case? Anyway, that's it. Am I right? Am I wrong? Let me know all the reasons I'm an idiot in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, click notifications, and I will see you next time.